All right, welcome back. We're going to begin on page 25, which takes us to the second part of lesson 5. So we'll pull up the document camera again. We're on page 25, and we're still looking at following through directions and balancing equations and solving equations using algebra. Okay, and we've already done the top portion of this page, so we're going to look down here with number 28. It says this mobile balances, and this mobile balances 2. So both of these balance. Draw the right number of hearts to make this balanced. Okay, so we kind of need to look at how many hearts a circle equals. Okay, so looking at here, we can just kind of play around with things. If I just divide both in half here, I could say a circle is a heart and a circle is also 2 stars. Would that work over here? Well, we have a circle to this heart and a circle to this heart and a circle to 2 stars. So that would work. So here a circle equals a heart. Okay, draw the right number of stars. And we also said a circle was 2 stars. Oh, that's a star. So just kind of a guess. That was just a guess. Okay, we could have split it up a little bit differently. If a star equals 20, then what are the values of a circle and a heart? So remember, 2 stars made the circle. So 2 of these would make a circle, which is 40. And then a circle and the heart are the same. So this would also be 40. Okay, now I'm going to switch to a pencil to walk through these mystery grids. And these mystery grids, you can kind of see get more difficult. So here we are. This is 3. Okay, to get a 6 with multiplication, we're going to take 2 times 3. Well, this is already a 3, so that's a 2 and a 3. Okay, dividing to get 3 would need to be a 3 and a 1. Well, this is already a 3, so this is a 1 and a 3. Okay, now I've got 3 3s, so this last column here needs a 3, but it can't go here, here, or here, so it must go there. So that's kind of a different strategy there to use. And we're going to multiply to get 6. Well, that's 3 times 2. All right. Multiply to get 8. That's 4 times 2 times 1, or 2 times 2 times 2. It looks like I need a 2 in this one and a 4 up here, which means I would need a 1 also. But a 1 can't go up here, so 1's there. So this needs to be 4 and a 2 right there. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4 right here. We're getting 16, which could be 4 times 4 times 1, which I could put a 4 and a 1 there. And then adding to get 7. Looks like this column needs a 1, this one needs a 2, and this one needs a 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that one wasn't so bad. Now as we move to the next one, the numbers get a little harder. You can kind of foresee this one over here. Excuse me. So we're going to multiply to get 12 would be 6 and 2. We're going to add to get 12, 8 and 4. Add to get 6, that would be a 4 and a 2. So 4 is going here. So this needs to be an 8 and then a 4. So you got 4, 2, 8. This must be a 6 times 2 is 12. Subtract to get 2. I got a 4 and a 2 up here, so this is 6 and an 8. Not sure which one where. Multiply to get 16 would be 4 times 4, 8 times 2. So 8 times 2. So a 2 is going here. So this has to be a 4 and a 2. Excuse me. Divide to get 2. That could be 8 and 4 or 4 and 2. Multiply to get 24 would be 6 and 4. So this is 6 and 4. So 6 is going here. So this is a 2 and then a 6. So 2 can't go there. So this is 8 and 2. So this must be 8 and 4. So 6 is here. So this has to be 4, 6. This has to be 8, 4. This would be 8, 6. And I think that's it. All right. Now this one, again, just has bigger numbers. Okay. So you may want to use a calculator here if need be. So 35 with multiplication, that would be 7 and 5. 40 would be 8 and 5. 48. I could get 48 with 6 and 8. 56 would be 7 and 8. Now 7's going down here, so this must be 8, then 7. This is 8, so this has to be 5 and 8. This must be 8, then 6. 42 is 6 times 7. This is already 6, so 7 and 6. Okay, this column needs a 5. This column needs a 6. So we're multiplying to get 200, which would be 5 times 5 times 8. So this would need a 7. So this would be your 5. And then this would be 6, 6, and 7. Okay, so that one has some large numbers in there. You may need to, figure out which ones up here multiply to get those numbers, because that one was all multiplication. Okay, Carla thought of a number. So she thought of a number X. Then she added 3. Then she multiplied that by 4. Then subtracted her original number and got 27 as her result. What did she think of? Now here, the trick thing here is they've got 2 X's over here. Okay, so what we can do is maybe simplify some of this, kind of like we would do with our buckets of marbles or whatnot. So we can distribute this or multiply both of these by 4. You get 4x plus 12 minus x equals 27. So 4x minus x, that's 3x or 3x or n or b, whatever, plus 12 equals 27. So now we need to subtract 12. 3x equals a 1 and a 5. Divide by 3. And x equals 5. So that's taking some of your algebra skills that you've learned in Algebra 1 and applying them here. Okay, so on page 26 now, we're just going to match the expressions with a set of instructions. So subtract n from 10. So that would be n from 10, okay? So this is A. Subtract 10 from n, so that's n minus 10, so right there. So B. Subtract 10 from twice n, so twice n minus 10, so this is C. Subtract 10 from n twice. Subtract 10 from n twice. So you're actually subtracting, whoop, you guys can't see that, my fault. You're actually subtracting 10 twice from n, not two n's. So you're actually subtracting 20. Subtract twice n from n. Okay, so this is, now you're subtracting n minus n. So that's twice n. So kind of look at that word play there. We talked about that last time being a little bit tricky. Okay, now 39 through 42. Divide 24 by D, then add 5 to the result. So divide 24 by D, then add 5. So that's A right there. Divide D by 24, then add 5. So D divided by 24, then you're adding 5. So B. Add 5 to D, then divide by 24. So add 5 to D, then you're dividing. So C. So this top one must be D. Add 5 to D, then divide 24 by the result. Yeah, so they kind of switch those words up on us. Okay, now the algebra, now we're going to write the expression. So think of a number, n, square it, so squared, subtract the result from 10. So you're going to take 10 minus that n squared. Okay, think of a number n, divide 9 by it. So we're going to take 9 divided by n, then square the result. So you're going to take that and then square it. Think of a number n, subtract 2 from it, then divide the result by 9. Okay, so we're telling the whole story here when we do that. All right. So write an equation based on this model. Okay, so now they're giving us expressions and numbers here. So we have 2 of these. So you can write different equations if you want. But I'm going to say x plus 2 plus x plus 2 plus 6 equals 24. And now they say, what is x? So we kind of need to just simplify this. So I have 2 x's, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus 10 equals 24. I'm going to take away 10 from both sides. So I get 2x equals 14, and then x has to be 7. So x is 7 there. Okay, so here we have 2x or 2y plus 15. So you got y plus 15 plus y plus 15 equals y plus 46. Okay, so I can cancel a y on both sides. I have y plus 15 is 30 equals 46. If I subtract 30 from both sides, I get y equals 16. All right, none of triangle, square, circle, star, and pentagon are negative. Use the clues below to figure out their values. Oh man. Okay, so I'm switching to a pencil here. Okay, and we have to look through all of these equations here to figure it out. Now I look right here and it says a square times a square equals a square. Now we talked about that the other day, and there's only two possibilities for that. And that is that the square is either 0, so 0 times 0 is 0, or the square is 1. 1 times 1 equals 1. And it just says that they're negative, so it could be 0 here. But down here, it says a square is bigger than another number. Okay, so that means that this square probably cannot be 0. So I'm going to make the square 1. And it says a pentagon is less than that. So the only thing less than a pentagon, or sorry, less than the 1 would be 0. Okay, so now we're going to come up here and we have here. So 0, 0. Okay, so I've got some number there. I've got a 1, a 1, and a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 0. So all that's good. Okay, so a triangle can be any number because any number times 0 is 0. Here I have 2 stars equals a triangle, but then when I multiply them, I get the same. So when I add 2 numbers together, okay, I get the same thing when I multiply. So let's say we did that the other day as well. Let me see what page that was on. Oh, that was on page 25 at the top here. Okay, we added to get the same number. So multiply to get one number and then add those 2 numbers to get the same number. And we said that could either be 0 or 2. Well, it can't be 0. So we're going to say that a star is 2. So that's 2, 2, 2, 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 2 times 2 is 4. So the triangle is 4. So this is 4. 4 times 0 is 0. This is 4 and 4, which is 16. So what number plus 1 is 16? That would be 15. Okay, a little bit tricky. Had to use some prior knowledge there. Okay, now when I go over here, I kind of notice I've got these 2 things here, which were like these over here. And we said that 2 times 2 was 4, and 2 plus 2 was 4. So we're going to say 2 for the circle and 4 for the square. So 4 and a 2. This is a 2. Okay, now look up here. We have some number times itself equals itself. And then when we add it together, it equals itself. So we had a 1 earlier. So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 though. So actually the only thing that can have that is a 0. Okay. So all of these are all different numbers. Figure out what they must be. So we have a bunch of zeros in here. So it doesn't say that they can't be negative this time. 0. So some number plus 2 equals 0. Well, that has to be a negative 2. So this is negative 2, negative 2. So negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. So this must be a negative 1. Okay, so we're playing around with a bunch of equations and trying to figure out what they are, what their values are. Okay, on page 27 here, you have your additional practice that you can work on, and then I will open up a quiz for you to work on. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out.